Hey, what's good, people? It's RFG back at it today, and I'm here to go over a very crazy subject, very interesting topic here. What I will get off my chest today, okay, is the fact that space, we're told that space is a vacuum. It's a large vacuum with no kind of atoms, no kind of molecules, or basically an empty void, okay, that is lacking substance between stars, between planets, between different astronomical objects. We're told, okay, by these motherfucking, these Zionist warlock nutcracks, we're told that space is a vacuum. You see, and I'm here to just blow everybody's paradigm out of the fucking water, literally. Okay, I'm here to blow everybody's paradigm out of the water, literally. Okay, so okay, they also say in space no one can hear you scream. Okay, this is because there is no air in space. So they also tell us there is no air in space. So they're saying that space is an empty vacuum with no kind of molecules, particles in between stars and planets, in between other planets, things of that nature. Okay, so they're saying there's no air in space. Okay, now this is what I'm going to be proving in this lecture. Okay, this picture right here, okay, you see it right here. All these stars are living entities. Planets are living entities. Okay, the galaxy is a living entity. The universe, the whole cosmic universe that we live in, is a living entity. Okay, and the macroverse is also a living entity. Okay, and inside of any living entity, you're really not going to have too many points, okay, of just emptiness and places that are just void of no kind of atoms or no kind of molecules, if you understand what I'm saying. Okay, if the universe is a living organism, if the galaxy is a living organism, and these planets and these stars send signals to each other, okay, on a minute basis, space can't be void, and there can't be any such thing as a space vacuum. Okay, I'm here to let everybody know space is not a vacuum. Okay, and there is air, there is forms of oxygen all throughout space. Okay, right here it says sound travels in waves like light or heat. Okay, but unlike them, sound travels by making molecules vibrate. Okay, on Earth, sound travels to your ears by vibrating air molecules. In deep space, the large empty areas between stars and planets, there are no molecules to vibrate. Well, guess what? I'm here to tell you guys that this is complete, utter bullshit. Complete, utter bullshit, man. Okay? Let me tell you guys something. If anything vibrates, if soon as you see this word, if anything is capable of vibrating, okay, it can be heard, okay? If it's vibrating at a lower frequency, we might not be able to hear it, okay? But if our ears get stronger and more sensitive, we will be able to hear, okay, those particular vibrations. So basically, vibration is just a form of kinetic energy. Vibration is a form of kinetic energy, and any atom or any molecule that moves produces a form of kinetic energy, okay, which produces a vibration, okay, which means it is possible to hear it, okay? If you can feel it, if you can feel it with your body, if you can feel the vibration with your body, guess what? You can hear it as well, okay? Okay? And this is another individual who said the exact same thing I'm saying in this video, okay? Kiona Smith Strickland, okay? Gizmodo.com, this individual left an article But it was absolutely amazing. This individual said the same thing I said, and it basically reads, "You've heard it before in space. In space, no one can hear you scream. That's because sound doesn't move through a vacuum, and everyone knows that space is a vacuum. The thing that's not completely true. Okay, the thing is that's not completely true. Space isn't uniform nothingness. It's full of stuff in between the stars. There are clouds of gas and dust. These clouds are sometimes the remains of old stars that went out in a blaze of explosive glory, and they're the regions where new stars form. And some of that interstellar gas is dense enough to carry sound waves, just not perceptible to humans. Thank you. Thank you very much. There's levels to sound waves, people. Just because you can't hear it, okay, doesn't mean that it can't reach you, doesn't mean that it's not hitting you. Okay? It all depends on the level of vibration, okay, the strength of the frequency and the distance of where it's coming from. Okay? Here's how it works. When an object moves, whether it's a vibrating guitar, string, or exploding firecracker, it pushes on the air molecules closest to it. Those displaced molecules bump into their neighbors, and then those displaced molecules bump into their neighbors. The motion travels through the air as a wave. You see, the motion travels through the air as a wave. So the motion of the vibration, okay, of any kind of energy going through space, the motion of that vibration, okay, it has to go through the air wave, the air as a wave, which means that space has to have a form of air. Space has to have a form of air in order for planets and stars to send vibrations to each other, which they do, which they do. Planets and stars send different vibrational frequencies to another, and that cannot happen unless there is a form of air in space. Okay? The motion, okay, the motion of vibration travels through the air as a wave. When the wave reaches your ear, you perceive it as sound. There you go. There you go. When we're talking about the movement of any energy or any object, you're talking about kinetic energy. Kinetic, kinetic energy. Okay? And the vibration you get from that kinetic energy, you can either pick it up as feeling it, you can either feel it, or you can hear it. Okay? Depending on how deep the frequency is. You can hear it or you can feel it. And if you can send electromagnetic waves through space and radio waves through space, guess what? You can send sound waves through space. Okay? Because all the sound is the air molecules vibrating at a certain frequency. There is air in space. Okay? Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to, like I said, planets and stars wouldn't be able to send light codes to each other if there was no air in space. Okay? So as a sound wave passes through the air pressure in any given spot will oscillate up and down. Picture the way water gets deeper and shallower as waves pass by. The time between those oscillations is called the sound's frequency, and it's measured in units called hertz. Okay, 1 hertz is 1 oscillation per second. The distance between peaks on high pressure is called the sound's wavelength. Okay, so basically, any kind of vibration, I don't give a damn if it's light, electric, okay, energy being passed through space. I don't give a fuck if it's magnetic energy being passed through space, electromagnetic energy being passed through space, light being passed through space, okay? It is all a form of sound, okay? Just because your ear can't pick it up doesn't mean that it's not a sound, okay? Because kinetic energy, which is the motion of any object or any kind of energy, the motion of any kind of energy produces kinetic energy, which is a vibration, okay? Which is a form of sound. Now, depending on how powerful that sound is and how far it's coming away from, we might not be able to hear it or not. Okay, but just because we can't hear it does not mean, okay, that sound does not travel through space, because, ladies and gentlemen, sound does travel through space, because space is not what they're saying. It's not a goddamn vacuum. It is cosmic water. Space is cosmic water. Okay? Right here. Planets and stars and their cymatic frequencies and vibration patterns. So the planets and stars have to emit cymatic frequencies and vibrations to one another. This cannot happen if there is not a medium. If there is not a medium to transfer the energy from one planet to another, from one star to another. You see what I'm saying? They all give off electromagnetic frequencies to one another, okay, which is a form of vibration, which is a form of sound. And this cannot happen if there's no air, or there's no oxygen in space. Ladies and gentlemen, space is full of oxygen. Space is full of goddamn oxygen. They've lied to us, people. They've lied to us. And I'm going to be, like I said, I'm going to be proving that. Okay? The law of vibration. The third of the 7 universal laws tells us that nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. The third and the last of the immutable universal laws tells that the whole universe is but a vibration. Science has confirmed that everything in the universe, including you, is pure energy vibrating at different frequencies. Everything that we experience, okay, with our, I don't see this word right here because it's white layered up on the white, as our physical senses is conveyed through vibrations. Okay. The same applies to the mental realm. Okay. All your emotions are vibrations. You see what I'm saying? Any kind of energy, it doesn't matter. Any kind of energy that you feel is a vibration. So even when we feel other people's emotions, that's a form of hearing their emotion, because feeling and hearing is the same thing. We're sensing a vibration. Okay. And if you can send any kind of vibration, any kind of light code through space, guess what? You are sending sound through space. Okay? You are sending sound through space, and you cannot send any kind of vibration through space unless space is cosmic water. Unless space is cosmic water. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, space is not a vacuum like they say. It is cosmic water. That's why all the planets and the asteroids and the stars float. That's why all the galaxies float. Okay? That's why I believe the whole universe is one giant big ass water drop that's floating in the macroverse. Okay? So, we've been told that space is this vacuum. It's a vacuum, but somehow, okay, somehow the magnetism, the electromagnetism from the sun that causes the planets to orbit around the sun, somehow that energy is just traveling through the vacuum through no reason. That energy from the sun is just traveling through the vacuum for no reason. Like there's no medium energy, okay, in space to take that energy from the sun and emit it on the planets. So that keeps the planets in motion around the sun. You see what I'm saying? There has to be a medium energy in between planets and stars so planets can orbit around certain stars. Okay? This cannot happen if space is a vacuum. Space has to be cosmic water. Okay? The electromagnetism from the sun is going through the cosmic water. Oh, and you better believe water is a much better conductor of electromagnetic energy and a much better medium. Water is a much better medium to send vibrations through than air. Okay? Water works better than air if you're trying to send electromagnetic frequencies or any kind of kinetic vibration, water will get those signals to your target faster. Okay, so there's cosmic water in between these planets, in between the sun. That's how the sun is able to so easily, okay, send its electromagnetic frequencies to the planets to keep the planets orbiting around it. This cannot happen if space is a vacuum, people. Can't happen. Oh, also, this can't happen if space is a vacuum. I just got done explaining how radio waves, radio frequencies, and electromagnetic frequencies, they cannot travel through a vacuum, through anything that's void of molecules or void of atoms. Okay, there has to be some kind of molecules and atoms to pick up these radio waves. Okay, so they can vibrate, their way down to Earth's surface. There has to be oxygen and hydrogen molecules outside of space in order for this satellite to emit, okay, its radio wave or its electromagnetic frequency. Okay, and just because you can't hear that sound with your ear doesn't mean that sounds are not being emitted, people. I just got done telling you, sounds are the same goddamn thing as kinetic energy. The motion of any kind of energy is a form of sound. Period. So we can possibly hear sounds in space, okay? And space is not a vacuum. Otherwise, this right here would not be possible. Okay? Because like I said, electromagnetic frequencies, the vibration from kinetic frequencies, and radio frequencies, they are all forms of sound. Okay? Anything that produces a vibration is a sound. Okay? You guys better wake up. Because like I said, you better stop listening to your boys at NASA. You better stop listening to your boys at NASA. And no, I'm not promoting no flat earth garbage. Anybody who still wants to promote the flat earth garbage is going to have to take that argument up with the 100,000 members of the Dogon tribe. Okay? You're going to have to take your argument up with the most enlightened cosmologists on the earth who've been claiming the globe as the earth as a globe for thousands of years. Take that up with the Dogon tribe. Okay? All I'm saying is cosmic water exists. Cosmic oxygen exists. Okay? And this is how organizations like other country space programs can send satellites in space and communicate with one another. They cannot do that unless there's a form of oxygen in outer space to travel to cause the electromagnetic waves to travel properly, okay, and to cause the radio waves to travel properly. That can't be done without some form of oxygen, people. It can't be done, okay? And like I said, the movement of electromagnetic energy, the movement of radio waves, that is a form of sound. It's just on a different frequency, people. It is a form of sound. Okay? And this is the nail, ladies and gentlemen, all you motherfuckers who who automatically try to bash my work before even watching my videos in their entirety, all the haters out there, all you motherfuckers on the goddamn Khazar, Zionist, Jew, vampire, bastard bandwagon, all you motherfuckers that think you're enlightened, all you do is regurgitate the white man's science. Oh, this is your nail in the coffin. This is your nail in the coffin. Get ready. Okay? This just came out. NASA actually recorded sound in space. It says it right here. According to this article, okay, CYA, NASA has recorded sound in space. Now, wait a second. When I typed in on Google, sound in space, mainstream science, and those dumbass Darwinists and those fucking dumbass evolutionary theorists, okay? Those motherfuckers who follow Wilbur Glenn Valieva and Darwin, they're saying that there's no sound in space. But right here in this article, it's saying that NASA, okay, NASA was able to record sound in space. Okay? Okay? Because like I said, anything that vibrates. Oh, and here we go right here in the article. What NASA did was design special instruments that could record these electromagnetic what? Vibrations. What? There you go. There you go. Anything that vibrates creates a sound wave. So if you can send light waves, if you can send electromagnetic waves, if you can send radio waves through space, guess what? Those are sound waves going through space, and you cannot send sound waves in space unless you have cosmic oxygen. Cosmic oxygen and cosmic water. Plain and simple. All you motherfuckers who think you're gurus, but you're just regurgitating the white man's science, it's over for you. Like I said, all that pseudo shit, motherfuckers think they're gurus, but try to, you see what I'm saying, bash my work with regurgitating, okay, the Caucasoid science. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work over here. Okay? And you have an organization called SETI, who sends their radio waves and electromagnetic waves to different solar systems. You can't be able to do that unless you have cosmic water. Unless you have cosmic water. Okay? Here's another article proving that electromagnetic frequencies, okay, are vibrations that can go through space. And anything that can go through space as far as a vibration is a form of sound. Okay? So this is how here. This is how electromagnetic rays look on a graph. This is how they're charted on a graph. And you see this. This is the vibrational pattern. That's the usual vibrational pattern for the electromagnetic rays. Okay? And these are the sound waves. You see, they both vibrate. You see, look, this is radio or electromagnetic waves, and this is sound waves. You see, one you can pick up with your body. The other one, sound waves, is easier to pick up through your ear. You can pick up sound waves through your body and your ear depending on how powerful it is. You see, anything that moves, it emits an energy that can be heard and is a sound. So therefore, okay, all the ass clowns trying to bash my work, you have been debunked. You have been debunked. Okay? Any goddamn thing, any energy force that moves through space is going to produce a form of a sound. Sound cannot move through space unless there is a form of oxygen in space. Okay? Okay? These are graphs. These are graphs of space in between stars, okay, and planets, okay? And this is an electromagnetic graph. So these electromagnetic signals are going through different stars to other stars and planets to other planets, and they're a network. It's a network of communication in between stars and planets, and this cannot happen unless there is a medium energy sending the frequency of those planets and stars to other planets and stars. And that medium frequency is the cosmic water. Okay? It is the cosmic water. Plain and simple. Okay? It is the cosmic water, ladies and gentlemen. And when you look at this, it looks just like water when you're looking down at a swimming pool or when you're at a coral reef or something. It looks like the same thing, how the stars emit this electromagnetic energy source to other stars and planets. They communicate with one another. And it's the same depiction. It's the same depiction as the brain, our brain. Okay? Our neurons in our brain send electromagnetic messages and frequencies to other neurons in our brain. As above, so below. Okay? Our body's made up of the water. We have a microverse. We have a microverse inside of our body. Then we have the universe, okay, which is the Earth, you know what I'm saying, and other planets and other stars. And this is how it looks in space. Okay, the same way in somebody's brain, how neurons are transmitted through somebody's brain, the same way that the stars and planets transmit those waves to each other. Okay, you got a microverse, a universe, and a macroverse. Okay, so basically, what they call dark matter, is cosmic water. Dark matter is cosmic water. Cosmic water is carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, but it contains more oxygen molecules, so it makes the water less dense. Cosmic water is less dense than the water on Earth. The water on Earth has more hydrogen molecules, so that makes the water on Earth heavier. The water in space, okay, consists of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, but it has mostly oxygen molecules, so it's less dense. It's more of a gas. It's more of a gassy like water. Okay? So basically, this is what you have. This is why you see things like this with telescopes that cost thousands of dollars. This is what you're going to see. You're actually going to see cosmic water in space. You see? The cosmic water floating in space. And you can see all the stars. You can see all the stars in the solar system that are a part of this giant cosmic water wave. Look at this. You see what I'm saying? And this water wave, okay, is full of oxygen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how our ancestors were capable of space travel, because they knew, okay, that space was really cosmic water. That's why they called it the celestial seas. That's why they called it the celestial seas, people. Time to start thinking. Okay, so like I said, the water on Earth has more hydrogen molecules in it, so it makes the water more dense, okay, which makes it more thick. The water in space, okay, it's gonna be mixed with carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, but the water in space is gonna have to have a lot more oxygen molecules, more than the hydrogen, more than the carbon. It's gonna have to consist of mostly oxygen molecules. Okay, that's what space is full of. That's dark matter. That's that's the cosmic water. Okay, so you float here, down here on Earth, okay, in the water, and then satellites float above the Earth's surface, okay, in the cosmic water, okay, with the energy of the cosmic water. You float on Earth, you float in space, as above, so below, okay. This is another nail in the coffin. This is another nail in the coffin, okay. You see this? This is the sun. This is a high-powered telescope pointed at the sun, okay. And the sun is radioactive nuclear energy on the inside, and it emits that energy on the outside, and it produces certain gamma rays, okay? And these gamma rays, they create forms of lava. They create electric sparks in lava, and they also, okay, they'll also produce flares. They could be electric flares, or they could actually be flames. Okay, they could actually be flames like this, electric radioactivity. Okay, and this can't happen, ladies and gentlemen. This can't happen if there's no oxygen in space. Can't happen. Can't happen if there's no oxygen in space. Okay, so we have a microverse inside of living organisms in the universe, which are our cells, our DNA makeup, our atomic structure. That's our microverse. Then the universe, okay, is everything we see outside of us, okay, as far as this universe. And outside of this universe, okay, you get involved in the macroverse, where you see multiple universes being created, and all of these universes appear to be cosmic eggs, but from my understanding, it's cosmic water drops, man. As above, so below. Okay, this was also shown in the Men in Black movie. Okay, And this information is why, let me put this in right here. Sapdet and Sahu. Okay, this is Sapdet and Sahu right here. This is why this was put on hieroglyphic walls, guys. This is why this was put on hieroglyphic walls, guys. Our ancestors traveled the celestial seas, okay, in their little canoes. This is how Stan Lee and Marvel got the idea for the Silver Surfer, okay, by depicting Sapdet and Sahu. Here's the Silver Woman. Here's the Silver Woman. The Silver Woman, Sapdet, her husband Sahu. Okay, traveling the stars, traveling the celestial seas, traveling the cosmos on their canoes, just like the Silver Surfer. Just like the Silver Surfer, you can't do that unless there's a form of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen in space. Okay, our ancestors knew that space was not a vacuum, and space consisted of dark matter, which was cosmic water. Okay, they traveled the celestial seas. They traveled the celestial seas. Okay? So with that being said, that's all I had to say on this topic. Okay? That individual on my Instagram who thought he was actually debunking me. Okay? You've been officially debunked, sir. Okay? So with that being said, I hope I was able to enlighten everybody who had questions on this matter. I appreciate everyone who supports RFG and Atlantean movement. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's a chosen one, man.